Welcome back to my channel. This is episode 8 of the Geography GCSE 100-day revision series thing that I'm doing this year. I hope you are finding it useful so far. Please do subscribe, leave me a comment if there is anything else I can be doing for you. But today we are looking at weather hazards in the UK. So let's get going. What are the UK's weather hazards? The weather is a description of the day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere. Data is used over a 30-year period to describe the climate of a place. Weather hazards are extreme weather events. Even though the UK has a moderate climate, it experiences its fair share of extreme weather. For example, thunderstorms. Torrential rain associated with thunderstorms can result in flash flooding, as happened in Boscastle in Cornwall in 2004. There is also prolonged rainfall. Persistent rainfall over a long period of time can lead to river floods. This is a common problem in the UK during the late winter and early spring, when snow melt makes the problem worse. Drought and extreme heat. The UK often experiences long periods of dry, hot weather due to changes in the jet stream and often resulting in drought. We also experience heavy snow and extreme cold, again due to the jet stream. Long periods of severe winter weather have become less common in recent years, but there are occasions when heavy snow and severe cold can cause great hardship to people, especially in the north of the UK. But actually, over the last 3 months, we've experienced 2 unusually cold snaps. Within 100 days, I remember there was a fact, we had our hottest ever year on record in 2022, but we also had the coldest day the UK has ever seen within 100 days of each other, and this is purely due to the changing climate. We also experience strong winds. So the UK does occasionally get battered by strong winds from the Atlantic. Some of the remnants of hurricanes travel over the Atlantic from the USA and the Caribbean and hit us here in the UK. But why does extreme weather occur in the UK? The UK is rather like a roundabout. I quite like to describe it like that, because it's the meeting point of several different types of weather, all from different directions. This explains why we experience such varied weather from week to week, and how occasionally we can be affected by extreme weather events. We're getting it from the west, we're getting it from the north, the cold, we're getting it from the south, from Northern Africa, and we're getting it from the west, like hurricane season, and the strong winds from America and across the Atlantic. So we're going to be briefly looking at the question, describe how recent extreme weather events have had impact on human activity. So we've got our extreme winds. How does that impact on human activity? It means that some people can't go out. It means that people are having to work from home. It means that electricity cables are being brought down. It means that people living near the coasts are experiencing quicker erosion to their coastlines. It means that even just going out can be unsafe. Think about snow. The whole country stops when it snows, let's be honest. Flights get cancelled. I was away simply less than a month ago, and we had people flying in from all across the world, and it was our like January snow, so it wasn't actually even proper snow, it was just like that light dusting. Manchester airport was closed, no flights were landing. These people were coming from like Norway, South Africa, America, Malaysia, and they couldn't land in Manchester because it had snowed overnight. And when I say snowed, it wasn't even an inch thick. Like, the UK just stops. So that's international travel, international business, roads closing, car crashes, like everything happens when it snows, let's be honest. When there is extreme heat, we don't know what to do with ourselves. The UK people, we can't survive. Our houses, they're meant to retain heat. People just like, no, you don't know what to do when it's hot. We don't have aircon, and so changes in activity, people just go to the beach, skype off work, like just melt. Yeah, this is a bit more free to answer in whatever way you think. I'm trying to think what else might be helpful. Oh, thunderstorms, flooding. Yeah, people build houses on floodplains, which, I mean, makes sense because there's actually not that much space in the UK, but it's also a stupid decision. If you will talk to any geographer about where to build a house, just don't buy a house on a floodplain. You will probably get flooded in the next 10 years. It's climate change, more flooding. But yeah, people's houses are getting flooded. We've seen so many pictures over the last few years of houses having to be evacuated and flooding. I will leave some links down below if you do want to see them, of like evacuations that need to take place literally simply in the UK because of extreme weather. Yeah, human activity changes, people help each other, but yeah, people are having to be evacuated out of their houses in boats, so yeah, it's all a bit up in the air. We don't really know what's going to happen when yeah, climate change continues to get worse, because it will just get worse in the UK. It could get really cold here. The disruption of the jet stream could mean that we're not getting the warm winds from like across the Atlantic. It could mean that we become as cold as Canada because we're at the same latitude as Canada. So you never know. Climate change might make us warmer, might make us colder. We will see. Yeah, sorry this has been quite a rambly one. I hope you're still here 6 minutes in. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you same time, same place tomorrow, 7 AM. Bye.